Hi, welcome to Forex in 4. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 8th, 2010. This morning we're talking about Big Ben is back. I'm watching the news a lot lately, and you see a lot of Tim Geithner, our esteemed Treasury Secretary, on television doing this, that, or the other thing. And one guy who's conspicuously absent has been Bernanke, the Fed chief. Haven't heard much from him, but apparently he came out last night, was at some sort of event in Washington, and he gave a little speech here, reaffirming that indeed recovery is underway here in the U.S., though growth is moderate despite our recession. So what that's done is that helped send futures higher and encourage some risk taking in the market. So just want to take a quick look here at the Aussie USD. Let's look at this on the 4-hour chart. That doesn't tell us much. Let's look at it here on the 30-minute chart. All right, as we can see, it's a little bit higher over the last couple of days here. So it looks like we may be coming up to a little bit of resistance here. I think we're going to see some sideways trading in the markets going into the summertime here, but in Australia, in addition to the risk taking that's going on, people putting on carry trades again, is their business confidence figures came in and they fell for the third straight month. Now, part of that is due to a proposed tax that they've come up with. They plan on taxing their mining companies 40% on profits, and that hasn't been sitting well over there. Just wanted to show you a couple other things. Let's look at the Kiwi. Okay, the Kiwi's a little bit higher. As you can see, it looks the same as the Aussie. They're actually having their interest rate decision tomorrow, and the market's expecting that they're going to raise 25 basis points, raising the official cash rate to 2.75% from a record low 2.5%. All right, now inflation is expected to pick up in New Zealand. As their exports increase and as they start to have a little bit of economic recovery happening. But this euro debt crisis has sort of given them pause. Now, recall yesterday that I mentioned that almost every country around the globe wants a lower currency to help encourage their exports. And when I talked about, well, who's going to buy? Everybody wants to export. So we're going to have to see what happens. I think it's something like 14 out of 16 economists are predicting a rate hike, and to be quite honest with you, I'm not 100% certain we're going to see that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. This comes out overnight. Let's see. Looney's also higher on risk taking, but they had their housing starts came out worse than expected, 189,000 versus an expectation of 202,000. So the housing market may be slowing a bit in Canada, but nevertheless, it looks like folks are putting on carry trades. Same thing with the euro. Euro is marginally higher here. Basically, I think what we're going to see happen is that anytime we don't get any news out of the eurozone, it's going to see it start to drift a little bit higher. The trend is clearly down here. They had some economic output numbers in Germany that were better than expected, although their trade surplus shrank a little bit, so we're going to have to see what happens there. But the big news of the morning, though, comes from the pound. All right, now Fitch ratings agency came out with comments saying that the UK fiscal challenge is formidable. Now, we know that they have a debt problem over in the UK. As a matter of fact, their Prime Minister David Cameron told us that yesterday. So, this isn't any new news that's out there, and perhaps this is adding maybe a little bit of fuel to the fire. But what it's also done is it's got the market speculating that perhaps a UK downgrade may be in the works. I highly doubt we're going to see that. Fitch is a British agency, so it would sort of be I don't want to say biting the hand that feeds you, but I would expect it to come from an outside area first. So perhaps there's a little bit of politics behind this comment, trying to jawbone the pound a little bit lower. So we're going to see what happens with that. But on June 22nd, they're coming out with their emergency budget, and that's going to paint a clearer picture of what's happening. Let's see, the U.S. dollar's lower on carry trades. Not much happening. We've got the beige book tomorrow, which should echo the comments that Bernanke made last night. And lastly, we've got some yen weakness, particularly against commodity currencies here. We can just look at AUD yen. You can see it's down a little bit, not a big move here, but the only thing the yen's higher against, well, the dollar now, but also against the pound, which is showing weakness. So I'm going to expect some sideways trading, and we don't have a ton of fundamental data this week. So what we're going to see is we're going to get a lot of comments from various officials and ministers and things like that, and most of these guys, they're attempting to cheerlead the economy higher, but at the same time they're speaking out of both sides of their mouth because they want their currencies lower. So we could see the markets trade a little bit erratically, but I do expect to see some sideways action. So you can see how the market moves just based on comments by Bernanke last night in an unofficial speech, plus news from Fitch, the ratings agency out there. So I expect this, we're going into summer slowdown, so we're going to have to see how this goes. But I expect a little bit of sideways action, and, you're going to sort of, take some of these comments with a grain of salt. Most of them aren't backed up by hard economic data, so it's going to be difficult to really know what is truth and what is not. So, you can kind of pay attention to them, but don't get too involved unless, of course, you hear something from the Eurozone. Right now, Eurozone is E.F. Hutton. When they talk, everybody listens. So, if you hear something from the Eurozone, be very careful out there. So that's what we've got for today. Good trading to all. As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.